Morning, Facebook friends and family. I tell you, I am so excited. It's Saturday morning, so I decided to pre-record this video. As promised, I will do 28 days of faith-filled nuggets for the month of February. And I tell you, you might be looking like, what in the world she got all them band-aids on her face for? But I'm going to tell you in just a minute, okay? But I thank God for this word on today. And it's pretty much an impromptu word that he had given me over through the night. And I tell you, it blessed me. Oh my God, it blessed me, and I hope that it'll bless you. But today's nugget is, let God use your scars. Let God use your scars. And we know in our lives, we're going to face some type of scar, whether it's a physical scar. Let's say you rode a bike, you fell off, and you have a scar on your knee that probably happened to you at 3 years old. Or sometimes you may have an emotional scar. Scar of loss of a loved one, scar of abandonment, scar of rejection, scar of someone hurting you. And those scars you cannot see. Those are your internal scars. And I feel that a lot of women and men are dealing with scars and wounds that they haven't healed from. And so today, I want to encourage you all. My word for today is, let God use your scars. And I'm coming from the book of Jeremiah 29:11, one of my favorite verses. And I'm going to read it, but I want you to hear this word. And it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. And let me just give you a personal testimony. When I was in the 7th grade, I caught the chicken pox, okay? You see all of these spots on my face? That's what those scars are. They chicken pox. Y'all probably going, what is all that on her face? This is what it is, chicken pox. And in the 7th grade, I caught the chicken pox, okay? I'm the oldest child of 3. Of course, my parents practiced on me. And so I caught the chicken pox, and maybe like the 4th day, the chicken pox was spreading more and more and more. And what was happening was my mother was allowing me to sit in the water. And instead of me healing quicker, my sickness was actually getting worse. I mean, it was so bad, you all, that I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk. I was out of school for a month, and I was just so miserable. And the doctor told my mom that the water caused the chicken pox to spread. I mean, they was in my hair, they were in my on my face. Like, look at all of it. It was actually worse than this. I'm talking about, like, when I say covered with chicken pox, it was awful, you all. And I was so sick, and I was so discouraged. I was in the 7th grade, probably about 12 or 13 years old. And when I was going through the dilemma, I was sick. I mean, I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't talk. I was getting sad, depressed. I had been out of school all that time. And I remember my mom, and my mom is not here, you all, she's in heaven. But I remember my mom when I was in the 7th grade. I was just so sick with chicken pox. I mean, when I say I had a bad case of it, I was so sick. I thought I was going to die. And so I remember my mom would take me in her room. She would be in the room, and I would be on the floor. I'm talking about with no clothes on. That's how bad the chicken pox was. And she would lotion me down with that pink stuff. And when she would lotion me down with that pink stuff, she would pray over me and tell God to heal me. Okay? Guess what? In time, I was healed. But what happened was, when the chicken pox dried up, my father decided to come take them out. He just said, come here, Theresa. He just started taking off all of these spots. Oh my God. He just started peeling them off and peeling them off and peeling them off. And when he did that, you all, I was just like, oh my God. I mean, my face was so ugly. And I dealt so long. I dealt for so long. I didn't like the way I was looking. My self-esteem, my confidence. I didn't want nobody to say nothing to me. I didn't want to go nowhere. And I remember after being in the house almost a month, my dad and my parents, they took me out to eat the Shoney's. And when I say that, it seemed like the whole restaurant stopped what they was doing and saw my face, and I just ran out the restaurant and got in the car. Because that's how bad my face was. It was just all spotted up. And to fast forward, you all, I was hesitant about doing videos because I didn't want nobody to see my spots. I'm just gonna be transparent. And then I was looking into dermatologists last year, and I was like, maybe I need to give me a dermatologist and see can they, rub in my skin. And I heard God said, Theresa, use your scars for my story. Use your scars for your story. Use your scars that in spite of how you felt, you was hurt. You felt rejected. You felt abandonment. You felt ugly. But I use those scars to tell people that I'm still a healing beyond your scars. I have the scar, the physical scars, and I had the eternal scars. But I'm a witness that God will heal your scars. God will use your scars for your story. Just like I just read, God said, for I know the plans that I have for you. And this was all a part of the plans even when I was in my mother's womb. He knew that in the 7th grade I was going to deal with this. He knew that my dad was going to take those chicken pox off my face, and it was going to leave all of these blemishes. But I'm allowing God to use my scars for my story. Oh my God, I thank you. And what I had to do to move beyond those scars, you all, and this was why I have these band-aids. Because sometimes it's time for us to move forth and get healed from our wounds, get healed from those scars. And God began to tell me, Theresa, in order for you to be great and unleash your greatness, first of all, you got to change the way you think, your mind. Okay? That's why I got this band-aid on your mind. I had to begin to tell myself I was beautiful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I am going to be great beyond what people see. I am beautiful. Even when people say, oh, you so pretty, I'm like, I'm so ugly. But I thank God for I had to change the way that I thought about myself. That's the first thing I want to tell you. How are you thinking about yourself? The Bible said that whatsoever man thinketh, so is he. And we got to learn how to speak good in the word over our lives in spite of what we're going through. Glory be to God. That's the first thing I want to encourage you all is how you think. And even just like the little engine, I remember the little engine that went up the hill that said, I think I can, I know I can, I think I can. And all of a sudden he got over the hill because he thought he could. And whatever you going through, whatever you dealing with, you can do it. You can get beyond that emotional hurt, that emotional pain, and that physical scar. Let God use that scar for your story, for your glory, for your purpose. Okay, and the next thing I want to say is, you gotta start watching what you say. That's why I put it on the map. Sometimes we curse our own life. Sometimes we are in depression. Sometimes we can't go forth because of what we say. The Bible said that life and death lies in the power of the tongue, and you will eat the fruit thereof. And I thank God, even when I was going through some financial hardship, and people were like, well, how you doing? Girl, I don't got no money. Girl, I'm broke. And God said, you better stop saying that. And my account would be in the overdraft, and I'd be like, oh, I got more than enough. God specializes in more than enough. But we got to learn how to stop speaking stuff over our lives. Okay? And I prayed and I told God to get me out this bondage of debt. I ended up filing bankrupt in 2011. So everything that I'm telling you all, I know that he's able. Oh, Lord, I thank you. So stop watching what you say. He said, let the sick say I'm healed. 1 minute you saying you healing your mouth, and 1 minute you saying that you heal, and then the next minute you say you sick. Girl, I'm trusting God for my healing. Girl, I think I'm finna die. It don't work. That's just like water and oil. It don't go together. You gotta have faith. That's why I told y'all the early part of the week. What are you listening to? The Bible said faith cometh by hearing, and hearing cometh by the word of God. So watch what you say. Like the little engine. He thought he could, and then he said he could, and he did. And then the next thing is the ear. Here. What are you listening to? Stop listening to the lies of the enemy. Trying to bind you down by your mistakes and condemn you for things that happened to you in your past. Say, now, devil, I'm going forward. God can use my past for my present. And it's just like driving in a car. You got a destination. You got a purpose to go forth in. You can't go forth because you keep looking back. You keep looking back at the past. And want to keep you in that past marriage, that past rejection, that past abandonment. How you going to get to your destination in a car driving when you keep looking back? You're going to have a car accident. And you even might kill yourself. But I want to encourage you all to let God use your scars. Oh my God, let God use your scars. And that's what I'm deciding to do. I'm letting God use my scars. I turned 45 in December. And I always pray and say, okay, God, what you want me to do next? And I told y'all last week that God said, now look, Theresa, you better start doing a vision board. The vision don't change, but the strategy changes. And I tell you, God told me and promised me, I saw myself on platforms speaking to millions of people. Oh my God. And prior to the pandemic, God opened up so many doors for me that sometimes I would speak at events and it was sold out. But now I see that God is using my story for his glory. And I'm going to tell my story. You tell your story. You don't know your story will help other people. Sometimes God will have you to go through. How can you tell people that God is a healer when you ain't never been sick? How can you tell that God is a way maker when you ain't never been broke? How can you tell that God is a God that can heal when you never been broken? Look at me, unleashing my greatness. And this is my t-shirt line that I'm relaunching. I started on it and put it up, but God said, take it back out. It's time to unleash your greatness. He said, call unto me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things that thou knowest not. So I want to encourage you all today is to use your scars for your story. Let people see your scars. And guess what? I ain't finna go see no dermatologist. I'm gonna wear my scars. And it's just a reminder how good God is. Oh, Lord, I thank you. But y'all have a blessed day on today. I love you all. That's your empowerment nugget for today. Go chew on that word and share. Y'all share everything else. Share this word. Somebody needs to hear this word. This is a nugget from on high, a faith-filled nugget. And I thank God I am the author and the founder of God See Greatness in You Too. Love you all and be blessed.